Okay, so if you're trying to get pregnant, you know that 2-week wait can be, well, it can be a lot. And probably the biggest question that comes up for so many of us is, should I stop working out? There is just so much confusing advice out there, so today we're going to cut right through all that noise and get straight to the facts. Let's do this. This whole explainer was actually inspired by this fantastic question from a viewer. It just perfectly captures that feeling, right? You're a gym girl, you love being active, it's part of who you are, but you're also worried about doing anything at all, that might hurt your chances. It is such a common concern, so please know you are absolutely not alone in wondering about this. So let's just start with the big one, the big misconception. It's that piece of advice we've all probably heard from well-meaning friends or family, or maybe even an old school doctor. The second you ovulate, you should stop all exercise. Just stop. But is that actually true? Let me be crystal clear here. The idea that you have to put your life on hold and stop exercising for 2 weeks every single month is just not supported by the evidence. Actually, for a lot of us, working out is a huge form of stress relief, something you probably need more of during this time, not less. Forcing yourself to be a couch potato when you're used to moving can honestly backfire and just make you more anxious. Okay, so to really understand why it's okay to keep moving, we need to geek out for a second on how your body actually works. Your cycle isn't just one long uniform event. It's like a tale of two completely different halves, and each half is run by a different hormonal boss, creating a totally different environment for your workouts. This breaks it down so perfectly. See, in the first half of your cycle, that's the follicular phase, estrogen is the star of the show. Your heart rate is lower, your body temp is lower, and you recover way better. This is when you feel awesome, energetic, and strong. But then, after ovulation, you enter the second half, the luteal phase, which is our 2-week wait, and now progesterone takes over. And just look at that shift. Your resting heart rate goes up, your core temp goes up, and recovery slows down. Your body is literally working harder just sitting on the couch as it gets ready for a potential pregnancy. So knowing that your body is already working harder in that second half, well, that leads us straight to the biggest fear of all. It's the myth that keeps so many of us away from the gym when we want to be there. This is it, right? This is the heart of all the anxiety. Will that run, or that weightlifting session, or that spin class somehow mess with the most critical moments of a potential pregnancy? It is the question every single gym girl trying to conceive has playing on a loop in her head. And the clear, evidence-backed, science-supported answer is no. Standard exercise is not the enemy. There is zero scientific evidence that continuing your normal workout routine is going to cause a miscarriage or prevent an embryo from implanting. The bottom line is, you do not have to live in fear of movement. Okay, so if we're not stopping completely, what should we be doing? This isn't about restriction at all. It's about being smarter. It's about working with your body's natural changes during this phase, not against them. And this right here lays out the keys perfectly. Strength training is fantastic during this time, but the number one rule is to listen to your body. Remember, progesterone is making you get tired faster, so maybe take that longer rest between sets. And your body is burning more calories just by existing right now, so making sure you eat enough and drink enough water is totally non-negotiable. The goal isn't to stop, it's just to maybe moderate those super-duper high-intensity, leave-it-all-on-the-floor workouts that put extra stress on a body that's already working really hard. Oh, I absolutely love this quote because it is just so freeing. It's true. So many training plans out there are designed around male physiology, which is hormonally pretty stable day to day. Yours is not. So if you're in your luteal phase and you can't hit a new personal record, please don't get discouraged. That's not you failing, that's just your amazing physiology doing its thing. It's okay to give yourself some grace to just maintain or even scale back a little bit. Okay. Now, we need to pause and talk about one major exception where these guidelines completely change. If you are undergoing fertility treatments like IVF, especially anything that involves ovarian stimulation, this next part is critical. The rules are different for you, and it's for a very important medical reason. The big risk we're trying to avoid here is something called ovarian torsion. You see, during stimulation, your ovaries get much larger and heavier than they normally are. Torsion is when one of these enlarged ovaries literally twists on its own stalk, and that cuts off its blood supply. This is a true surgical emergency, and it's something we absolutely want to prevent. This is the absolute best analogy I've ever heard to understand the risk. Just picture your stimulated ovaries as two delicate water balloons resting inside your pelvis. The entire goal is just to keep them stable and quiet. Gentle movements like walking or maybe some bodyweight squats are totally fine. They'll just kind of sit there. But other types of movements can cause them to jiggle around, and that's what increases the risk of one of them twisting. So what that means in the real world is modifying 3 specific types of movement. First, you've got to avoid high-impact activities, so no running or jumping that creates a bouncing motion. Second, no inversions. Think about yoga poses like downward dog that flip your whole pelvis upside down. And third, you want to limit any deep twisting from your core. It all comes back to that one simple goal: keep those water balloons stable and safe. So let's bring this all home. Unless you are under specific doctor's orders for something like IVF, the big takeaway here is a really positive one. It's time to completely reframe how we think about this. Exercise is not a threat to your fertility journey. It's a tool. It's a tool to make your body stronger and to help you manage the incredible stress of it all. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. We spend so much time and energy making lists of all the things we can't do, but what if we just flip the script? Instead of constantly asking what's off limits, what if you just checked in with your body each morning and asked, hey, what do you need today to feel strong? You know, that little shift in perspective, it can make all the difference. Thanks so much for joining me.